Yeah, I pulled my shirt over top of my tank top. So, let's see, where are we at? Somebody I respect and kind of liked defriended me on Facebook today, or yesterday, in the last 2 days. Probably because I posted a meme about being trans and fuck you, I don't care what you think. Probably. This person has pushed back against anger in the past. They like things positive. Can't always be positive, you know? Yes, I understand law of attraction and all that, but sometimes you just gotta say fuck you. It's the most positive thing you can do. Anyway, I'm kind of hurt because I did respect them, because I did like them, and you go forward from there. Speaking of trans things, this is something I've had issues with, okay? So, most female to male trans, you put a binder on. You press these down and you put a binder on until you just look like a fat guy. Okay? My problem, yeah, you're not seeing what you think you're seeing. My problem is they do it like this and they press down. And then you've got squish under here that sweats. Okay? So I have to have cloth underneath to catch the sweat. Yeah. To catch the sweat. Okay? And they don't. And you're not supposed to, because if it catches a crease, you can cause skin damage and all kinds of stuff. But that's my biggest issue with binders, is when I'm wearing a binder, I want them up and in their natural position and then pressed, which you're not supposed to do. Anyway, I don't know. I am of the generation that we did not have coaches and counselors and people we could ask. You know? Anyway, I'm making hats. This is the one I'm working on right now. Can you see it? It's a deep burgundy and a brown burgundy, I guess would be a good description for it. Himself claimed another hat, so now he has two of my hats. The one he claimed was a russet orange to that deep burgundy. You know, much lighter weight than the first one he claimed, so now he has a lighter weight hat for the cooler, warmer months. Anyway, he claimed another hat tonight. He came home and he's like, ooh, I like that hat. Ooh. I'm like, oh, are we stealing my hat? And he's like, yes, we are. And he goes running off. It was funny. I'll give him that. He's like, I don't know why I didn't like your hats before. It's like, because you had a snoot about stuff. I don't know how to say it politely. I do have a pet peeve today, which is somebody posted a medical thing, and the husband, who is a medic, an Air Force flight medic, aeromedical engineer, is on par with a physician's assistant, not on par with a first aider. Okay, so we're talking nurse practitioner, physician's assistant level of medical training. So the husband responded, this is what you're doing. And another person with no medical experience whatsoever responded. And the person that did the first post took both comments at equal weight. That's always going to be a pet peeve of mine. If you ask my advice on a medical thing, you're going to get second-year resident information. Now, I'm out of date now, although I try to keep up. If you ask the husband, you're going to get physician's assistant, paramedic, between those two, level of information. This is far in excess of I read it on the internet. Yeah. So we have approximately 2 more weeks before we can start looking for a house in earnest. And in those 2 more weeks, we have NorwestCon. So we're probably not going to start looking for a house until right after NorwestCon. We might look right before NorwestCon, but probably not. This from being told we would be ready April, or the last week of March. When you're in the military, when you sign up for the military, when you're getting out of the military, you're told that the GI Bill has got you covered, that the VA loan is a guaranteed loan. All you got to do is go get it. At no point does anybody say the VA loan's a fucking nightmare to work with, but it has these perks. And it has some good perks. It's worth doing. You do not have to have a down payment. That's huge. Okay? The debt to income ceiling can be higher, which means that instead of having 75% of your income clear, you can only have 50% of your income clear. That's huge. You don't have to pay loan insurance. That's $200 a month. Okay? Just, there's a lot of perks. But the paperwork, as near as I can tell, Oregon has slightly more paperwork than a lot of other states, especially than Washington State, to the point where our real estate agent has said twice now, are you sure you don't want to look in Vancouver? It would be a lot faster. No, I don't want to live in Vancouver. That commute across the bridge is a nightmare, and I don't want to live in Washington anymore. I'm in Oregon now, you know? And housing-wise, what we want is not available within a commute zone to where he works if we go north. Anyway, we also originally looked at the USDA loans, and they're good loans too. They have their benefits. But at the point we realized that the VA loan was going to be a nightmare, we were already committed to it. And if we stop now, then we have to start all over again on the USDA loan, and that's 3 months. So we're going to run this one through until it dies, because, you know, by May 1st we'll have a house. That's the intention at this point. Yeah. What else? I'm drinking my creamer milk. I always have to remind myself that I can't drink regular milk. And I don't know why I forget. But I go a year at a time drinking rice milk and almond milk and creamer milk. Creamer milk is when you put this much International Foods creamer in the glass and fill the glass up. Trust me, it tastes just fine. You don't need any more. That's how strong the creamer is. And if you buy the healthy creamer that isn't corn syrup, you buy the one that uses cane syrup. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, about once every 2 years, I'll be like, this is way too expensive. I'm just going to go back to canned milk. And I get canned milk for my coffee because it tastes good, and I use it, and I get irritable bowel. Yeah. So, I got the yawns today. Which I don't know if it's an anemia thing, because I'm not feeling that anemic. Knock on wood. Yawns can be anemia. Yawns can be lack of stimulation, and yawns can be caused by particulates and pollutions in the air, reduced lung function, anything that cuts your oxygen. And yawns can be caused by being tired. I've been sleeping 10 hours. I don't think I'm tired, although I feel exhausted. I think that it's medical, but I don't know what it is. It's time to cut my fingernails again. See my fingernails? So every now and then somebody will make an obnoxious comment about, where am I at? There I am. The line. See the brown line? And they'll say something about I need to clean my nails. When you have a blown thyroid, you pick up a tan line at your nail beds here and here. Okay? Can you see the tan line? Anyway, my arthritis. See my arthritis? I can't get the angle. There, see my arthritis? It hurts. It's been really blown out for about 4 months now on both hands. I can't squeeze. That's about as far as it goes. Yeah, see? The knuckles are bad too, but the hand's so puffy I don't think you can see that. The husband has arthritis here, and his are just painful looking at. But mine go away when I do this. You can feel it, but you can't see it that well. You know? That's the kind of mood I'm in. 2 more weeks. Then Norwescon. Gonna still be making hats. I'm gonna make hats for the next year. Went to talk the husband through cooking a dish and got about halfway through and looked at his face, went, never mind, go make quesadillas. And he's like, okay, and he runs off. He means well, but telling him how to cook something that has more than 5 steps and then sending him to the kitchen to cook it doesn't necessarily turn out well. So yeah. On the other hand, he can make shepherd's pie because he wants shepherd's pie, so he figured out how to do it on his own. He's like 3 videos behind on watching my videos. He's going to get to this one and pout. It's 11 minutes. I'm going to cut out now because it's going to take about an hour and a half to load. I'll talk to you tomorrow.